Boys, was I right or was I right? I called it. I called the new main event. Conor McGregor out of his fight at 303 against Michael Chandler. And as much as I feel bad for Chandler, wasting, I think it's close to 3 years waiting for this Conor McGregor fight. At this point, I feel like Chandler could have made more money fighting because, don't get it wrong, this guy makes some good money. He probably could have had around 4 fights since then, close to that 10 mil mark, to be honest. But instead, he's waiting on that Conor McGregor fight. I don't even know how much he's going to get paid for that Conor McGregor fight. And to be honest, I don't know if he's even going to be fighting Conor McGregor. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the end for Conor McGregor. Apparently, the injury that he has, it's not a good injury. There's been some rumors here saying it's been a head injury, but it came out to be that's false. The new rumor going around is that the injury is to the leg he snapped against Dustin Poirier, his repaired leg, his titanium shin bone. Apparently, that's the leg that's injured, which is very, very bad. There's a mixed amount of news going around that, he's not that injured. It's only going to be a few months till he comes back. Then on the other hand, they're saying that the injury is on his leg that he snapped, so it's a very, very bad injury and very concerning if you're hoping to see Conor back in the octagon. And again, like I said, you gotta feel bad for Chandler, but at the same time, it's pretty funny. I don't think Chandler's fighting Conor, to be honest. I think Conor's done. I don't think Conor's coming back, to be honest. Unless we see him actually in the octagon, then I'll believe it. Until then, it can be announced. We can be 2 weeks away and I still won't believe it because of what happened just now. And it's kind of sad because I don't think the UFC told that the fight was off. The UFC and Conor, they've known for a while, but I don't think Chandler has known. Just yesterday, he posted on Twitter, #MMA fact of the day. Amount of times these fighters have pulled out in their entire career, and it's Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. They both have 0 to it. It got fact checked today, doing my boy dirty. Then he posted some depressing tweet saying he should have never trusted Conor McGregor and all this stuff. You gotta feel bad for Chandler. But that being said, we got a new main event. The main event I predicted a few days ago in my earlier video, and that's gonna be Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka, number 2. A great replacement in my opinion, probably the best replacement they could have done, to be honest. 2 fan favorite fighters, 2 fan favorite champion and ex-champions. There's some controversy around the first fight. That could be the running theme of this fight, but at the end of the day, rewatching Jiri Prochazka versus Radkic at UFC 300, that boy's meant to be hit, and Alex Pereira has the power to put him out. So I think we're going to see a very similar outcome as their first fight. And it seems like majority of people are also picking Pereira to get that KO win. I don't see this going to the championship rounds. Nevertheless, the scorecard, one of these two are getting put out within the first probably 2.5 rounds. I don't see it making it to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or even the judges' scorecard. But yeah, Alex Pereira probably headlining the 2 biggest cards of the year, UFC 300 and now UFC 303. I just hope these guys got paid to step in on 2 weeks notice, because don't forget, last time they fought was also on short notice, so hopefully these guys have got paid. But let's move on to another terrible news. Chimaev versus Whittaker. This came out about yesterday, and Chimaev is extremely sick from what Dana White has said. From the pictures we've seen on Instagram, not looking good for Chimaev. And to be honest, I don't understand why all these people are hating on Chimaev when, to be honest, in my opinion, we're going to see Chimaev forced to retire. And it's so sad because we thought this guy's going to be a 3-weight world champion, but as much as he trains, it seems like his immune system is just terrible, out to get him. I have a bad feeling we're not going to see much of, or if any more, Chimaev in the future, because this isn't the first time. Remember, before we saw Chimaev, I think he had COVID or something. He was battling some COVID symptoms and he looked terrible, and he said he retired there. Don't forget, he's had problems like this in the past, and it just seems like it's just not meant to be. It's sad to say, but I don't think we're going to see a return of Chimaev because, like I said, it looks really bad. A lot of people clowning on him for no reason. Let's just hope everything goes smoothly. He recovers back to full health, makes a full recovery, and we're actually able to see him back in the octagon. But I just have a bad feeling we're not going to. And, replacing that fight, Robert Whittaker is now going to take on Ikram Aliskerov. And I think a lot of people are very disappointed in this fight. And I'm just so sad because I made a video on the most exciting fights coming up, and I made a tier list on that, and Whittaker and Chimaev was S tier, more like S plus tier. I was so excited for this fight. Now we have this one, and I could care less about it. I'm so sad that fight got ripped away from me. That being said, you know, Whittaker probably going to take this in the later rounds. I could also see him winning a decision, but I could see him also finishing Ikram in the 4th or 5th round. But at the end of the day, I'm just really sad we lost that fight. Then again, at UFC 303, we have a bunch of new fights announced. The new co-main events, you guys probably know, Brian Ortega taking on Diego Lopes. A crazy fun fight. I can't believe I didn't think of this one. But to be honest, I didn't think these guys would be matched up with each other. I thought Brian Ortega would fight someone like a Aljamain Sterling. This is a fun matchup. Rank number 5, Brian Ortega taking on rank number 11, Diego Lopes. And to be honest, if Brian Ortega can get this one done, there's a very good possibility he's in line for the next shot at the featherweight title. Obviously, when we're done with Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway getting their turn. But, you know, right now, featherweight is kind of a mess. But am I the only one that thinks Diego Lopes is going to beat up Brian Ortega very badly? In my opinion, Diego Lopes is one of those guys that are, like, dialed in throughout the entire year, where, you know, Brian Ortega, he's only really dialed in during the fight camp. And this being on short notice, I think this is going to favor Diego Lopes like crazy. And yeah, super fun matchup. I'm glad this one got added to the card. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, UFC 303, to be honest, it did get an upgrade. I am more excited for this card than what I was before with Conor McGregor being there. Because like I said, am I that excited for the return of Conor McGregor? I mean, yes, but at the end of the day, I'm more excited for the possibilities of his next fight if he wins. Then after that, we have one more fight to go to. First, we had Jamal Hill taking on Khalil Roundtree, and that just spiraled into replacement after replacement, and it turned into Carlos Ulberg taking on Anthony Smith. Terrible matchup for Smith in my opinion, but at the end of the day, if Anthony Smith can get this done, which there is an avenue for him to get it done, if he can get this done, best believe there is a possibility we could see Anthony Smith taking on Alex Pereira if Alex Pereira calls him out after his fight. Because there is some beef between both of them, and I think Pereira makes easy work of Anthony Smith. But yeah, more likely than not, I would say like 75-80% of the time, Carlos Ulberg gets that win. But regardless, still a fun matchup. You guys have to let me know in the comments below, do you guys think UFC 303 got an upgrade with these new fights announced? And what do you guys think of the whole Chimaev and Conor situation? Do you think we're going to see them back? Because personally, I don't. I think both of them, I think they're both calling it quits after this one, especially someone like Conor. Because to be honest, I don't even know why Conor is still fighting. He literally has nothing to gain. He's been champion. He's been double champion. He's gone. Pretty sure he has the fastest knockout in championship history. He has so many accolades to his career. There's no reason why he should keep fighting. He doesn't need the money. And yeah, to be honest, I think it's over for the Mac. I think it's over for Chimaev. You guys have to let me know in the comments below. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, so if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you never miss any of my newest videos. And yeah, there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.